Hello everyone, this is R.S. Miller at the endtimenews.org, and today is May 30th, 2012. In an update to yesterday's breaking news video, U.S. Special Forces parachute into North Korea, the Pentagon continues to adamantly deny that any such event took place. Meanwhile, David Axe, the reporter who broke the story, sticks by its accuracy and claims that he, as well as other witnesses, heard Brigadier General Neil Tolley say the following. So we send soldiers, speaking of South Korean soldiers, and U.S. soldiers to the north to do special reconnaissance. The issue here isn't whether General Tolley actually made these remarks, but instead, what was his intended meaning? The following is a transcribed phone conversation between Lieutenant Colonel Jim Gregory and David Axe. Gregory stated, "The bottom line here is there are no U.S. boots in North Korea." Continuing on, he said, "We are in agreement that the words you heard came out of his mouth," speaking of Brigadier General Neil Tolley. "I don't believe what you wrote is inaccurate. I heard him say those words." In an effort to clarify the statement made by General Tolley, Lieutenant Colonel Gregory concluded, "The general may have said that, and in his mind, he was thinking hypothetically." So are there, in fact, troops on the ground in North Korea? Well, we'll probably never know the answer to that question. In other news, radioactive tuna from Fukushima meltdown could be making its way onto your plate after being found off California coast. Now here's some subtitles here. It says, Pacific tuna has radiation levels 10 times higher than normal. Radioactivity has remained in system on 6,000-mile swim from Japan to U.S. Scientists claim fish should still be safe for people to eat as radiation remains below legal limits. If your muscles start swelling to superhero proportions after your next sushi meal, this might be why. Researchers from Stony Brook University in New York have discovered bluefin tuna are carrying radioactive contamination leaked from Japan's crippled nuclear plant all the way across the Pacific to the United States, 6,000 miles away. This is the first time a huge migrating fish has been shown to carry radioactivity such a distance, as they generally metabolize the contamination during their journey. Now here's an image of some tuna, bluefin tuna, or should I say radioactive bluefin tuna. And the subtitle is, "Scientists said the increased radiation found in the Pacific bluefin tuna came from Japan's Fukushima plant that was crippled by the 2011 earthquake and tsunami." And this is a picture of the Fukushima power plant, nuclear power plant. "We were frankly kind of startled," said researcher Nicholas Fisher, who reported the findings on Monday in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. The level of contamination were 10 times higher than the amount measured in tuna off the California coast in previous years. But even so, it's still far below safe-to-eat limits set by the U.S. and Japanese government, so is unlikely to affect humans. Since March 2011 earthquake and subsequent tsunami had badly damaged the Fukushima Daiichi reactors, smaller fish and plankton have been found with elevated levels of radiation in Japanese water. Now here they show a chef, I guess, this is a bluefin tuna. He's about to go carving into that and say yum yum. But I like fish. As a matter of fact, I love fish. However, I prefer mine cooked and preferably radiation free. Now, another thing to consider is that even though science says that it's, the levels are still safe to eat, What about, eating this type of fish over a 20 or 30-year period? Would there in fact be increased levels of cancer? Well, I guess it remains to be seen. Now here's a video about plant mutations from radiation believed to come from Fukushima. It's a pretty interesting video, and I'll play it for you guys. You can check it out.
Hey YouTube, this is Itchy, and I wanted to share some more mutations that I found today with you. This is the technical term for what's happening to our plants. It's called fasciation, and if you just Google fasciation images, you can see numerous examples of this. This is a black-eyed Susan. Here's thickness of a stem. Here it is in a saguaro cactus. This is the normal cactus. This is one that's fasciated. Here's a lily, and you can see the thickness of the stem and the abundance of blooms. Here's a dandelion. And this is a side image. This is a better image. They refer to this as coxcomb, like the thing that's on the top of a rooster's head. Here's a portion of the video that I made last weekend. These were mutated dandelions that I found on Belle Isle in the Detroit River. That's right on the border of Windsor, Ontario, and Detroit. You can see the thickness of the stems. Some of them have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 heads. And after I posted this video, I received numerous responses. These were the dandelions that I found today. Here's normal examples of one after it's lost its seeds. It's supposed to be round and small. These were the ones that I found. My cat was very curious about them too. And there you can see the elongation of the seed base. Those stems are actually about as thick as my index finger. These are quite a bit larger than the ones I found last weekend. It's very concerning with it being this early in the season that I'm seeing as much of this as I am. These are from Rochester Hills, Michigan, outside of Ramshorn. Since I posted the video last weekend, I have received other images uploaded to my site Mutation Watch or Radchick Radiation Research and Mitigation on Facebook. I've had images uploaded from British Columbia, Alberta, Washington State, Oregon, California, Maine, northern Germany, of mutations in dandelions also. And I've been saying for a few months that we were going to see this, especially in things that grow fast and uptake a lot of water. Because they grow fast, there's rapid cell division, and things that have rapid cell division are going to show the effects of radiation more. There's the normal one on the right. It's my understanding that these seeds will also propagate more mutated dandelions. Again, normal and not normal. If you photograph anything like this, please send it to my email with your name, the date the object was found, and your location, and I will be forwarding these to researchers. If you include your name, you will receive proper credit. And I stopped by my daughter's house to show her, and this was a strawberry that she had in a box that she just bought from Myers. I also have a page on Facebook called Mutation Watch. You can upload the images there or send them to my email, christinax4@yahoo.com, and I'll put a link to that in the description box. I'm also going to enclose some links from Any News. This is posted today, Japan Times, on plant mutations. Some trees died and others grew in abnormal shapes. What I've been seeing in my area for almost a year now is that the pine trees are showing a lot of redness in some of their outer branches. It's not insect activity, because insects will leave tracks or little tubes on the bark of the tree if there's an infestation. This is happening because of cesium uptake. Pine trees seem to be most profoundly affected by this, and some plants actually do much better. They grow larger, they have more blooms. If you have any fruits or vegetables, though, that look like they have been contaminated because they're showing a mutation, like the strawberry example that I just showed you, obviously don't eat it. The approach has been to let the ecosystem work. Fungi is much more effective than millions of people at containing contamination. Another thing that you may notice in your area is an abundance of mushrooms, especially dark brown or black. The real concern is, of course, if this starts happening to babies, because fetuses are 1,000 times more susceptible to the effects of radiation, and they have rapid cell division. And there is another article that was posted on Any News a few days ago that I'm going to show you real quick. There's something also called a witch's broom effect, where the bottom of the plant fans out with the thickness of the stems. And a Japanese TV show aired photos of mutated plants. In Tokyo, they were asking the audience to send in more examples, and they just happened to be dandelions like the ones that we are finding all over in the US, Canada, and Europe. So I am sending the pictures that I took from today and from last week, plus the images that were sent to me to this station, and I'll keep you guys posted. All this does is validates or verifies the fact that we need to be mitigating, the fact that we need to become more creative in how we grow our produce outside, and there are definitely steps that need to be taken to minimize the uptake in plants all over this country, and our farmers and people that deal with our food chain need to get on top of this problem right now. So if you know anybody who is in the farming industry, please send them this video and ask them to contact me, and I will forward them some information. Thanks, guys. Stay safe.
Friends, Luke chapter 21 verses 25 through 28 read, "And there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars, and on the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and the expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Now when these things begin to happen, look up and lift up your heads, because your redemption draws near." We are indeed living in the last days. Just in the past year, we have had multiple near-miss asteroids, with the last one coming so close to the Earth that it was nearly in the path of orbiting satellites, and that was just a couple of days ago. There are tornadoes on the sun, unusual and strange observations in the heavens, and strange noises being reported around the world. The weather is going haywire, record-breaking heat in one part of the country, while on the same day, another part is receiving snow. And don't even mention the 3 feet of hail in Texas just recently. Then we have earthquakes increasing in frequency and intensity, wars and rumors of wars, Chernobyl, Fukushima, and tens of thousands of mass animal die-offs, with more being reported on a far too regular basis. The destruction of the planet is happening right before our eyes, and without salvation through Jesus Christ, then there is no hope. Are you saved? Follow the link below and pray the prayer of salvation with all sincerity, and you will be saved. It is my prayer that God bless you with ears to hear, eyes to see, and a heart to receive. In Jesus' name, amen.